Hey, look, I got to get this fucking done. It's already recording. Today on the guitar lesson, I want to go over something I should have made a video for a long time ago. And that is tuning to E flat and tuning standard. This is a really tough subject for some people. And the majority of people just disregard it. They don't even care about tuning to D flat. And I'm telling you, in the 70s and 80s, when guitar was still when heavy metal guitar was still experimental, when people like Jimmy Page and Eddie Van Halen and Eric Clapton were tuning down a half fret to E flat, they didn't realize how much confusion it was going to cause in the future. Because today, we lost a bass player in our band because of tuning, because he didn't understand it. And it's not everything. He's a good guy and everything, but not understanding tuning will cause trouble, okay? We do a song called Heartbreaker by Pat Benatar. We have a female lead singer that sings half the songs. This song has caused more trouble through the years than anything else I've ever been in a band with, okay? And this is a pretty simple argument in my estimation. Heartbreaker. And I'm going to do a video of me doing a playthrough of this on another video because I might get a copyright ding, okay? Neil Giraldo tuned his guitar to E flat when he performed Heartbreaker, okay? Hey Google. Hey Google. I can't even get my wife's phone to do it, but I want you to Google what Neil Giraldo tuned his guitar to in the Heartbreaker sessions in the 70s. It was E flat, okay? It's a whole bunch of people. Nowadays, on YouTube, with your phones, whatever, you can just say, I want to I want to know what the tone is for an E flat, which is, we call it D sharp, E flat, and I want to know what the tone is for standard tuning, and you can just get it off your phone. See, when I started, you couldn't do that. I started playing in the early 70s, and you know what my trick was? It's a really easy trick. My trick was I knew that Doobie Brothers China Grove, that first note, that first E, that first. I knew that was tuned standard, like this guitar right here. Listen. That's a standard E, okay? I knew that song because my cousins taught me. There was no YouTube. My cousins taught me what that was. And I knew Running with the Devil by Van Halen. I knew that first note Michael Anthony was hitting. That's not the old Les Paul. I knew that was a D sharp. And that's how I had my little cheat sheets of it. People don't understand this. I saw a guy today playing a Jackson. This guy, I tried to talk to him about, he's a total idiot. He's playing Heartbreaker like this. You got to understand, when people write songs, not everybody, but when most artists write songs, they write them with major E, A, D, B. You know, they don't. I mean, some people do, you know, like Randy Rhoads and Over the Mountain. That's A flat. And there's songs, there's songs that aren't in regular chords, but most people who create stuff just do it in regular chords, like AC/DC. You don't hear them going. They don't. It's so dumb for somebody to learn Heartbreaker. Okay? You guitar players that won't tune your guitar wrong, you're dumb to look at a song and go. It just seems closed-minded to me. I'm not trying to be rude to anybody. I love all musicians have an open mind. You can look at that song. You can look at it and tell it goes. You can tell it goes like that. Nobody's going to write a song, not purposely, that's going to go. It's just goofy. You know, and I've had problems through the years with this with people. They just don't understand that a lot of times people tune to E flat, D sharp, and some people tune standard. Eddie Van Halen on his first 5 albums tuned to pretty much E flat. Now, when he started doing keyboard stuff, there'd be some songs tuned standard and some songs tuned down a little. And he was even a little off anyway, because he would tune his guitar to a strobe tuner in the studio. And then if he had little adjustments, he didn't matter song to song. That's just how Eddie was. And that's pretty awesome, actually. But a lot of players that I grew up listening to, especially Van Halen, Zeppelin, people like that, they all tune to half step down. It gives you a different kind of feel. And people say, oh, you can't even tell it. You kind of can tell it. You know, you kind of can feel that. It's just kind of lower, you know. You can just feel it, you know. And what I'm trying to really impress here is keep an open mind, okay? Tuning is so important, okay? If you're in a band, you're playing 40 cover songs, you can just know that some are going to be standard and some are going to be tuned down a little. And tuning to D is a whole different lesson I'll tell you about. But, you know, you need to have more than one guitar. You know, excuse me. It's easier to have more than one guitar. Have one tune standard, one tune to a half step down. Because you're learning cover songs. You can't learn the song in the wrong key. You know, you might change the song to a key if it sings better. We do Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting by Elton John. And it's on the record it's G. I moved it down to where in a better, easier key for me to sing. And that's transposing it on purpose. Playing Heartbreaker by Pat Benatar going, there's geography on guitar. Okay, when you look at somebody play, say, oh, I can understand why he did that. You know, he wouldn't hit a chord like that. I mean, you know, he wouldn't hit a chord like this when he can just go. You know, that's just common knowledge. I've been teaching for a long time, since 1980. There's one thing I learned about teaching. I'm always learning. I made mistakes on this song. When I relearned it, when I learned Eruption, Get the Funk Out, all that, I'll See the Light Tonight, all that stuff, I made mistakes and had to go back and fix it and learn it and relearn it. Please work on your tuning. Don't get mad at the guy that comes in and goes, hey man, you learned that song in standard. It's in, you know, or hey, you learned that song in D flat. It's really standard. Don't get mad at that guy. All you got to do is get on the internet and check it. That's all you got to do is I couldn't do that. We couldn't do that in our day. And I'm happy for you guys. There's many great guitar players nowadays. I'm not one of those boomers. Well, I guess I'm a boomer. But I'm not one of those guys, oh, the guitar players suck. There's some great guitar players out there. And there's a lot of great guitar players out there that really don't learn by ear. They just watch other people, like this clown I saw today with the Jackson. He just learned it from someone else, and they put it on his site like he learned it by ear, which you know he didn't. And then and I tried to nicely say, hey, man, that's not right. You know, you got, oh, you're stupid, you're a liberal. Well, I'm a liberal, but I'm playing it right. You're not playing it right. You are wrong. Anybody, you look it up right now. You Google or get on YouTube and look up Heartbreaker by Pat Benatar. 80% of them are playing it wrong. The guy said to me, well, I got the tab and it says this. The tab is only as good as the tabber. Understand? That's the only, it doesn't matter how good you are. If you got Steve Vai tabbing it, yeah, I trust him. But other people, anybody who gets up there and plays that song, they're just wasting your time, okay? Make sure every song you learn for a cover band, just Google it. You can get on Google and say, hey, what did Neil Giraldo tune his guitar to? And it'll show you a tune to E flat. So do this for yourself, man. Open your mind. Always learn. I'm 60 years old. I've been playing guitar since 1973. I'm nowhere near my potential. I still got a long ways to go, okay? No matter how much freaking... No matter how much bullshit I learn, I'm still always not quite where I think I should be. And I think that's what makes players better, is you're always learning. So do that. Get yourself a tuning. Get yourself a good tuning regime. Tune every time you play. When you're playing with your band and you're learning songs, remember, some are in E flat, Some are in standard. Some are in D too, but that's just a whole nother lesson. And I'm going to put out a play along with me with Heartbreaker and show you how it goes. And thank you for listening to my rant.